It is 5 inches wide and 4.5 inches in height. It is red with a black circle in the center. It is made of plastic. There is a white label that reads White House Hotline. This device is definitely from another era.
This phone recalls the unlikely story of a tough-as-nails military man and a famously jolly aviator.
This story involves an accident that has become a global and cherished holiday tradition.
1955, Colorado Springs. Colonel Harry Shoup is the director of the Continental Air Defense Command, and he has one of the most important jobs in the nation: monitoring radar for signs of an incoming nuclear attack. With the Cold War between Russia and the United States mounting, America must be prepared for a nuclear assault at any moment.
Colonel Harry Shoup was on high alert to defend the United States and the homelands.
Should Shoup detect a Soviet attack, he must follow a strict protocol. He is to immediately alert the Pentagon and the White House using a special top-secret telephone. Shoup's hope is that he never has to use the hotline. But one night in December, something unexpected happens. The phone rings.
He was expecting somebody very important on the line.
Hello? For a moment, there is an eerie silence. Then, Shoup hears something that catches him completely off guard.
Hello?
He suddenly heard a little child's voice say very tentatively,
Is this Santa Claus?
They looked around the room and then said, No, I'm not Santa.
Shoup can tell right away it's not the answer the caller wants to hear.
This child started getting upset.
Shoup realizes the young child will be terribly disappointed if he doesn't get to talk to Santa. So he decides to play along.
Colonel Shoup, being a father himself, told the child that he was a representative for Santa, and he would check the radar and tell the child where Santa was at.
Shoup hangs up, happy that he has brought a little Christmas cheer into the child's life. The dedicated soldier returns to his critical assignment. But just a few minutes later, the nuclear hotline rings again. On the other end is another child who also asks to speak with Santa. Shoup can hardly believe it.
He thought maybe somebody was playing a joke on him.
Shoup grills his team for an explanation. But it quickly becomes apparent that the calls are genuine. His command center is soon deluged with calls from kids, and all of them want to talk to Saint Nick. So what is behind this flurry of festive phone calls? It's 1955 in Colorado Springs. Colonel Harry Shoup is in charge of monitoring America's skies for a Soviet nuclear attack. If that happens, he has a special phone with a direct line to the Pentagon. But the colonel has a problem. His secret hotline is being bombarded with calls from children hoping to speak with Santa Claus. Little does he know that this bizarre turn of events will inspire a worldwide holiday phenomenon. Shoup asks to speak with the mother of one of the callers, and she reveals the source of the Christmas confusion.
There was an ad in the local Colorado Springs paper for the Sears department store, and it had a picture of Santa and said, "Kiddies, call me."
The printed ad had a phone number that children could call to speak directly with Saint Nick.
But apparently, this phone number had one number wrong.
By pure chance, the printed error matches the number of Colonel Shoup's top-secret hotline. Shoup is amused by the simple mistake, and then he's struck by an idea. Perhaps he can ease the nation's fears about the Cold War by giving the country something to cheer about. So he decides to keep the ruse going. He establishes a new hotline to the Pentagon, but keeps accepting calls to Santa on the original line. And on Christmas Eve, he phones into a local radio station and announces on the air that his command center's radar has detected Santa's sleigh.
Colonel Shoup directed all the rest of his crew to help answer any other calls to track Santa as he was making his magical journey around the world.
Throughout the evening, the Colonel and his team update listeners on St. Nick's location. The stunt captures the public's imagination.
It was in the holiday spirit and provided a more human aspect to the military during the height of the Cold War.
The response is so positive that Colonel Shoup convinces his superiors to track Santa again the following year. In 1957, Colonel Harry Shoup's department is renamed the North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD. And it keeps the holiday tradition going to this very day.
Millions of people literally around the world track Santa with NORAD every year. From those very small and humble beginnings to today, it has become a global phenomenon because everyone loves to be in the holiday spirit.
Today, this colorful red telephone is on display at the Peterson Air and Space Museum in Colorado Springs. It's a festive reminder of a simple mistake that put Christmas cheer on the radar.